So, remember when I said that I wouldn't grind up Ante to a ridiculously high level, which is the same as the rest of my team? I stopped at level 20. The rest of my team is starting to get over level 20. But then I figured, actually, Simba doesn't have very good moves. And still, after all these levels, he only has Bite, Leer and Amber. Then I looked up his movesets. In one more level, he will learn Roar, which is rather useless. I am very glad that he didn't have that when we ran into him in the wild. And then he doesn't learn another move until, let me actually pull up the page I had for that a second ago. Ante Generation 3, oh, there's no in-game audio anymore right now. There is again. At level 31, he learns his first somewhat decent move, which is Fire Spin, which is not going to be very great because he's definitely more physically powerful than specially powerful. And then at level 41 is his first physical move, which is Stomp. And then at level 51 he gets Flamethrower, which is actually a good move, and I had not fought him yet. Level 61 Swagger, level 71 Fire Blast, and level 81 Calm Mind, which we won't even get to over 60s, so don't even worry about that. So we're going to have to rely on TMs to power up Simba a little bit, I am afraid. And I don't know what TMs we'll be encountering anytime soon, but I hope we encounter some kind of decent fire type TM before the 5th gym. The 4th gym I mean. And I'm really disappointed by his lack of decent moves. I mean, Bite is going to be great, especially against these psychic types. It's way better. Well, I wouldn't say it's way better. I don't know actually who has a higher physical attack, Simba or Unagi. I would imagine it'd be Simba. I'm going to check, but if it's not Simba, that's kind of pathetic, because Gyarados, all things considered, isn't that great of a Pokemon. I mean, it's good, but it's not legendary good. Okay, so his stats are just more equal, because, yeah, 54 and Simba, or Unagi I mean, has 65 physical attack. So even against the psychic types, I'm better off sending out Unagi. I might have freaked out and been very happy when we got Simba. But maybe Simba isn't as good as I assumed he would be. He's going to stay on the team and he's probably going to be very useful, because even though he's not as strong in special attack, of course the rest of his stats are way higher in comparison to Gyarados at the same level. We'll just see how things go in this episode. Route 9, we can capture another Pokemon. And maybe we have access to Great Balls now? I kinda doubt it, but let's check. Would be great. Nope, we don't. 20 Pokeballs, and how many Super Potions do I have in the bag? 5. Let's make that 10. Just to be sure. And I would really like... just... 5 antidotes. I'm not gonna bother with paralysis and sleep, burn heals. I have dig, I don't need an escape rope. I won't be using repels. I'm scared. If you can't tell, the last 2 episodes I was very confident until I actually got to face Lieutenant Surge, at which point I was a little bit scared. I'm very scared, not for Route 9. Route 9 doesn't faze me. The thing I'm scared for is the actual cave that's coming up, because it's gonna be dark. I'm not gonna know the layout, and there's gonna be a lot of trainers and probably a fair amount of wild battles. Talking about trainers. Let's just start this. When I go over this ledge, there's no returning for a little while. I think I have to go through at least 1 or 2 more trainers before I can loop all the way back. That's 4 It's a... What? Talking about psychic type Pokemon. Oh no. Oh god, it's a Deoxys. It's a normal Deoxys. Luckily it's not the fans or something. Wait a second. Can Deoxys even be normal in Fire Red? Is that usually his form in Fire Red, or... I'm gonna look this up. Because in Generation 3, the form of Deoxys you have is actually dependent on the game you use it in. If it's an Emerald, it's speed form, I know. I think in Ruby it's attack form, and Sapphire it's defense form, or the other way around. I don't know what it does on Fire Red and Leaf Green. Maybe the normal balanced one is the default for these games. I didn't know what he's going to send in next. Diglett. Yeah, let's switch out, because I don't have anything to deal with Diglett on Simba. Iroh, however, can do something. Deoxys, let's see what Bulbapedia is. I'm assuming, yeah, because it's only 4 forms, right? Attack, defense, speed, and normal. And that was definitely its normal form. Am I going to outspeed? I don't, which is exactly what I want in this rare scenario. So let's see. Now usually he would be attack form in Fire Red, normal form in Ruby and Sapphire, and Colosseum in XD. Then defense form in Leaf Green, speed form in Emeralds. Okay, so I got Fire Red, Leaf Green, Ruby, Sapphire mixed up. Stop withdrawing these Pokemon, it's messing me up. I don't like it. I would have liked to get that Deoxys though. I mean, I know Deoxys, wow. I know that's double resisted, but that does no damage whatsoever. You're a grass and poison, a bug and poison, a bug and grass? No, you're definitely poison type. Bug poison, I'm gonna say. I guess Simba? I don't know. The very first encounter of this episode is already going very, very poorly. That did a decent amount of damage. That's not the move I wanted to select though. I actually wanted to use Ember, even though I should really look at his special stat, because I feel like, okay, when it's super effective, Ember is worth it. The difference between physical and special attack is a little bit less on Entei than it is on a Gyarados. Going back into Diglett, which means I'm going back into Iroh, so can play at that game. Also, I think this episode is going up on August 1st, which I'm going to pimp my Twitch channel, because August 1st is a Thursday, I think. Maybe it's a Friday, I don't know. It's a couple of days away from now, and it's the 30th on Tuesday, so Wednesday, it's gonna be a Thursday. So, on Saturday, possibly, I'll be doing my first Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer stream. I've got the ISO, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I English patched it because it only works on the final mix version of the original PS2 game. Kingler. Barry? Oh yeah, Barry got Shockwave, by the way. I off-screen gave him that TM. And I randomized it, I tested it, I know what the first boss fight is going to be. It's the literal first fight you have in the game. I played up till that to test whether or not the randomization and the patching and all of that worked. It did. So on Saturday I'll be live streaming that. I would like to announce my test stream, which I'm going to do today, as in the day I'm recording this, but that'll be 2 or 3 days ago by the time this goes up. But what I do want to pimp is the Discord channel in the description down below. If you join that, it's an easier way of keeping up to date with when I'm going live, because I don't really use social media that much. My Twitter is pretty much dead, and then my Facebook is even more dead. I use Discord mostly to communicate that kind of thing. So if you want to join that Discord community, I'll just hang out in there sometimes, and Aerial Ace might actually be very good to put on one of my Pokemon, because it's a flying type move. Let's see who can learn it. It's a flying type Pokemon, it's a flying type move. Nobody can learn it, literally. Never mind. And I'll announce when I'm going live on there. I'll also be keeping to a schedule, but it might take like a week or 2 weeks to actually get that schedule set down to certain times. But Saturday and Sunday I'll be starting that live stream, assuming that nothing goes horribly wrong with... Oh no. Actually, I have a Pokemon that can deal with you. Tien is made to counter Tyranitar. Assuming nothing goes horribly wrong with like my internet connection tonight, I don't think it will. I'll just be playing a little bit of Kingdom Hearts to test it for like an hour, and then hopefully I'm gonna see some of you guys here and you're gonna watch this later and you're gonna, oh yeah, I remember that. It was the good old days 2 days ago when I watched the live stream test thing, because I'm just gonna do it on my normal Twitch channel. I do have a testing Twitch channel, but I figured I might as well just do it on my normal one because it's gonna be boring otherwise. Revenge. It's a move I do not want to have to use, but when it comes down to it, it's better than Foresight. Because at this point I have better ways of dealing with ghost type Pokemon. And should something die, Revenge becomes a 120 base power move. And either way it's stronger than Karate Chop, so... Maybe I should just get rid of Karate Chop in that case, or Low Kick. And keep Foresight. I'm gonna get rid of Foresight because I can't see it actually being used whatsoever. Gonna be honest. It's probably never gonna get used. Sandslash. I'm really starting to like my team because as soon as I see a Pokemon I'm like, okay, I've got something for that. My coverage has gone from actually the worst to pretty dang good in a couple of episodes, and I'm still getting used to it. Every time a new Pokemon comes out I'm like, how is this gonna mess up my day? And it's not. I'm doing fine. Really. Also, I have been thinking I do know what my next series is going to be, and it is not going to be what I talked about before, I don't think. I'm not going to give you any hints yet as to what it is because I'm still not quite sure on it, but I'm just building a little bit of hype here. That's pretty much everything that is going on. I don't know, just my video. Let me build hype for my other videos. Though do let me know what other games I should be playing on Twitch in the comments below. Because after I finish the Kingdom Hearts randomizer, there's only one game as far as I know that you can randomize for Kingdom Hearts. That's Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. I'm thinking I also want to play Rayman and Mario and some platformers. Actually, don't let me know what... I've got a way better question, something I've been interested in for a while. Because obviously I play a lot of Pokemon, I haven't played a lot of Pokemon in the past couple of years. But I love this series, and I play a lot of Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts and that kind of game. I'm really big into RPGs, and specifically more JRPGs. Like the RPGs like Elder Scrolls and The Witcher and that kind of stuff. It's okay, it's fun, but it's not quite my kind of deal. I really do like JRPG style games. Even though they always take so long to complete, which is why I don't get to play a lot of them. But that's not everything I like, it's mostly what you see on this channel, and if you go a little bit back you'll be able to see, especially the retrospectives, there's a lot of platforming games as well, because I also really love platformers, especially 3D platformers. I think I might love them even more than JRPGs. I'm not quite sure on that, but they're really on equal footing. Wait a second. Okay, I'm going to go back to catch Pokemon on Route 9 after I've caught one on Route 10. I didn't think I would be able to catch 3 Pokemon this episode, because when we go into the cave, there will be another Pokemon to catch. So we'll be probably catching quite a few Pokemon this episode and not getting through the cave whatsoever because I'm going back to Route 9. I need some more Pokemon, just as backup. Anyway, so JRPGs and especially 3D, but also 2D platformers, I really... Oh, that could be interesting. I really like those kinds of games, and those are the two main genres I really play a lot, because if I just look around, do I have any physical game cases to just look what kind of games I have? Other than that, it's not gonna be a... Oh no. Does burn... It's not gonna kill it, but does burn help with my catch rates? Because I don't think it will. The one time I don't want you to burn, you burn. Well, this is gonna be a short encounter. If it doesn't stay, yeah, it's dead. Unless you have... Yeah, synthesis or something, you don't. Or morning sun, but I didn't expect you to have any of that. So that's a wasted encounter. Let's go back to... Why would I go up? Why is there even a part to go up there? There's got to be a hidden item, right? Because there's literally no other reason to go up there. Why? What? Why? So yeah, let me actually... Oh! I've... another genre which I absolutely adore is farming simulators. Stardew Valley and Harvest Moon, that kind of game, I absolutely love it. Stardew Valley, more so than Harvest Moon. Stardew Valley really improved on the formula. Let's see, what do I have here? Yeah, JRPG. Kart racing. I also do love myself some kart racing. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled probably is my favorite game of the year so far. Is that true? Because Kingdom Hearts 3... I think I actually have had more fun with Crash Team Racing than I've had with Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm gonna be honest. I loved Kingdom Hearts 3. It was a little bit not what I expected it to be, and story-wise its pacing was a little bit off, and there's a lot of issues with the game, which hopefully some of those issues will be resolved with the Remind DLC coming out later this year. But it was still a fun game. It wasn't going to live up to any kind of hype that has been building for literally... Oh, that's why you go up there, because you don't. You go down here. Because there's been a hype building for that game for literally 10 years, so it wasn't going to live up to that. But Crash Team Racing, on the other hand, came out of nowhere. Not really, we all expected it after the Insane trilogy. And it's... I might say... It took a little bit of getting used to the controls, because the controls feel a little bit more tight, a little bit less slippery, and usually that would be a good thing, very much so. But I got so used to those slippery controls, it's probably what other people had with the original Crash games against the Insane trilogy. People got so damn used, and I had that to a certain extent as well, but a lot less. People got so used to the actual controls of the first games that the remakes weren't ever going to be one-to-one faithful on that kind of level. And that's what I had with Crash Team Racing, because Crash Team Racing is one of those games I play through the entire story campaign like every year. And I have done for the past 10 years or something stupid like that. And it's what I do with... well, the original Crash games themselves as well, other than Crash 1. So Crash 2 and 3 I play roughly once a year. Everything just dies to Fire Pokemon, by the way. I don't want to use only Simba because he's going to get over-leveled. At which point the special type moves will actually be useful. So yeah, Crash Team Racing is my favorite game of the year, I think, so far. And I don't think anybody is going to be able to overtake that. Crash Team Racing is going to be my 2019 game of the year. And Kingdom Hearts actually was released... No, it was delayed until January, so it is 2019. No, still, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel. It's up there. I got PlayStation Plus to be able to play it online. I did never want to play pay for PlayStation Plus because I think it's a good deal, but I didn't ever really use the online capabilities of it, so I figured, well, even for the free games, it's very much worth it, of course. But now that I also like to race online, it's so worth it. Then it got more expensive the month I got it, so it's an whole other story. Oh, it's a Suicune! Well, this is a little bit awkward, so let's switch out. So kart races as well, love that. Mario Kart 8 is amazing. I don't have a Wii U or a Switch, but I know people that have or had Switches, and I love playing Mario Kart 8. It's so satisfying. It's absolutely devastating to get hit by a bubble beam, apparently. This should do a lot of damage. Suicune is very bulky, but... Barry can't take a hit, that's the issue. Just going into Unagi. So my question is, what is your favorite genre of video game? I'm expecting a lot of people to say JRPG because Pokemon. But maybe there's gonna be some surprising answers. So if your favorite genre is JRPG, I would like to know your second favorite. You just... Okay, yet another legendary Pokemon. This is actually a soft trainer. I'm gonna stay in trash, because that usually works. I do need an Articuno for myself. I've seen 2 so far, so it can't be that rare of a Pokemon, right? I don't know what it replaces, but it seems like... And I'm getting lucky with trash, because I'm getting 4 trashes in a row without getting confused. Never mind. I was gonna say, I didn't even think that was possible getting more than 3, but it seems like it isn't. Please break through confusion and hit him. Okay, the Articuno is done for. It's the most dangerous thing out of the way. Hopefully. Yeah, now we're going into a Doduo. At this point, I am comfortable going back into Berry, because Doduo, you can't do anything against me. You really can't. And I think I'm also close to evolving, because Berry evolves at level 24, I want to say, at which point it'll become so much better at resisting moves. Well, not resisting as type effectiveness goes, but resisting as defensive stats go. Gonna be honest, feel like I don't need that. I didn't need that crit. And another Star U. What did I say? Another? That's the first Star U we've seen so far. I'm gonna go back into my bag of games. Literally, I've got a bag with my game cases, because since I moved I haven't gotten them out yet. I guess either whatever we're catching on this road, or Ariados is coming with us into the cave. Damn it! Barry was so close to evolving, and it would have been so useful. I just realized, by the way, once we've gone through Rock Tunnel, we can go get ourselves the leaf stones we need to evolve. Because we can boil leaf stones in this game, right? We can evolve both Iroh and Joey. At which point our team will be a lot more powerful. So that's going to be a big obstacle, but after that the difficulty is going to be a little bit less for a little while, I think. Because having a Vileplume and a Shiftry over a Gloom and a Nuzleaf is going to make a huge difference. At least it should. Back into the bag of games. Oh, maybe we'll take a Grampool. That could be interesting. Then again, it's another physical attacker. And I think I'm gonna take Ariados. But it's a real good backup if something dies. And it's another female book. What's with all the females? It's something I don't ever get to say in real life for some reason. Huh. That's a little bit sad. Oh, and we do get to catch yet another Pokemon actually within Rock Tunnel itself. It's called Rock Tunnel, or am I just sounding real stupid? I'm really scared because I haven't played Kanto in a real long time. And I don't know the names of most cities. I mean, I do know Lavender Town, obviously. But that's about where it ends. And Indigo Plateau, and Pewter City, Viridian City, Pallet Town. But everything around that middle city, Cerulean City. Well, I do know Viridian City now. Well, not Vermilion City. See, I'm getting things mixed up. I was going to say, I already said Viridian City. Somebody be texting my... No, that's not a text, that's a Discord message. And that's hardly going live. I won't be joining for another 10 or so minutes. Give a nickname to Gramble. That's a real good question. I had to look up what this guy was called, but there's a character in Disney's Aladdin. The guy with the big turban and the swords, and I don't really know what. I think he's a one of the thieves or something like that. I don't know. His name is Razul, and Gramble kind of reminded me of him, so I had to look up his name. And we're going to call Gramble Razul, which actually is a pretty damn nice name, I must admit. Just sounds satisfying to say. Razul is not going to be joining our team quite yet, but man, if something dies after Charlotte's joining the team, depending on what we get in Rock Tunnel itself, of course, Razul is going to join us for sure, because that's a real good name. And of course, Gramble is also a pretty decent Pokemon to have. 20 species, yeah, no, I'm not going to get close to that. Why would I want an Everstone? No, I don't even have 20 kinds. I don't want an Everstone. I want the EXP share. And I also want Flash. I'm not going to get any of that, because most Pokemon I run onto are national decks and they don't count. Okay, Charlotte. You're going to replace Barry, who has just died. What is your moveset anyway? Also, you're level 13, so I'm gonna have to grind you up between episodes. Poison Sting, String Shot, Scary Face, and Construct. It's not that great, but give it another 10 levels, maybe you'll actually become useful. Never used an Ariados before, really. I mean, maybe on a competitive team, I feel like I might have, but no kidding, I might be confusing Ariados with Vengeful out there. It is Rock Tunnel. Okay, thank you. Let's just capture one Pokemon here and then end of the... Let's go back into Rock Tunnel. Capture one Pokemon here. Why do I keep going into... Why? I'm thinking, actually, is Route 9... Oh, it's a Loudred! I'm thinking, because I used to have like Loudred and Exploud, more so Loudred, as a kind of semi-mascot before. Of course, now it's been touted off for a while, and the emotional investment there is kind of gone after 3 years of not uploading. I'm very much aware of that. This is not a good HP amount to capture a Pokemon at. And I always called them Big Mouth, and I'm kind of like, should I call this Loudred Big Mouth? Or should I just drop that and give it a name going with the theme? And I'm kind of leaning towards, yeah, let's just give it a theme name, because I doubt anybody watching this at this point even remembers the fact that Big Mouth ever was a thing. It was based on Bigfoot, but it had a big mouth. It was a real bad name. I am very aware it was a really bad name. Then again, you guys in this Let's Play, I've probably noticed that My naming is not the best part of this series whatsoever. I'm real bad at names. It might be difficult to catch him anyway. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna have to put you to sleep because otherwise you might hurt yourself in confusion soon. Because uproar works as trash does, right? Now it's gonna get confused? No? Why do I keep missing attacks though? I will not hesitate to murder this Loudred. Thank you. Oh, I know. I know what I'm going to have to call him if I catch him. I know. I was thinking of a name while battling this time, right? No! I didn't want to do that. I was gonna call him Goku because Goku always screamed for like 3 episodes straight when powering up. Oh man, damn, I wasn't paying attention and I was just mashing the A button. Not even that, I was going on instinct because I put it to sleep and then I had to select absorb. Well, that's gonna be it for today. I'm gonna grind up Charlotte a little bit between episodes. And next time we'll be back doing Rock Tunnel. I'm really annoyed about... Damn it. See you next time. Bye.